Before I get too deep into this, let's cover the bases first. Armchair quarterbacking is annoying because there's nothing worse than somebody looking at highlight reels on Monday morning of the game that was Sunday night and trying to tell you what should have happened and in what order. You're looking at it after it's already done, and you're no longer in a position where any of your advice is helpful. You're doing this to feel better yourself, not really. You're doing it to have something to say. Now let's talk about Game of Thrones. Spoilers ahead, the series has been over for years and the books have been available for way longer than that. So if anything in this video gets spoiled, I need you to know from the bottom of my heart that was your fault, not mine.
Gotta leave some room for atmosphere.
I never bought the idea that they were simply running out of content. D&D were running out of content because of the show they turned that story into, not because there was an absence of content. The minute they started making cuts, they cut Lady Stoneheart out. That's when the people who read the books and got to season 4 were like, how are you going to tie any of this together? That they knew something that I didn't, as somebody who never read the books. And that's that she's kind of like that spinal column that holds all of the pieces together. And when you remove it, now you're going to have some wiggle room. She explained a lot. She caused a lot of things to have to happen. And the investigation and the discovery in those moments were the things that were going to propel the plot ever forward. And we missed all of that. Because Game of Thrones has like 9 storylines going like at the same time. And at any point, you may lose a thread and then pick up a different one. And then 3 scenes into that, you realize how it ties to that thread that you lost. D&D's error, as I see it, is trying to stay beholden to one book equaling one season without extending the episodes of said season. And don't get me wrong, it was brilliant. You start and then like episode 8 of 10, something monumental happens, and then you got 2 episodes of cooldown to bring you into the next season whenever that comes out. It's a formula, I get it. But if you stay beholden to that, that then becomes your 3-5-act structure. Whatever, and then you're stuck with that. And when you start cutting major players out, you got to reform the story. That's why when you get to the end of the series, it doesn't feel the same, because it's not George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones anymore, the Song of Ice and Fire. It's D&D's interpretation of A Song of Ice and Fire if these certain other things had happened and these other people hadn't been introduced. And that's really disappointing.